Recording. There we go. Dude, I watched this guy. Um oh yeah, no, Murmur, I wasn't joking about taking the trade to the entry or the executions. I was making the joke after the trade had already gone up 25 points from the entry, and I was like, so guys, we're all in this, right? I wouldn't joke about like actually entering a position. Like I'd never be like, all right guys, I'm in this, and I'll be like, psych, nah, I'm just kidding, I'm not in this. I would never say that. I would never bait you guys into taking an entry I wouldn't be in. But after the fact, like after the trade has already played out, I might make a joke. Yeah, I don't know. Nah, Murmur, I care. That's why we don't really do that in PM. We'll do that in PM. I won't do it any of that tomorrow though. But yeah, when that one dude showed up and he's like, all I do is trade order flow. I don't do any of this IPG stuff. I just wanted to check in on the scammers. I'm like, okay, dude. Nah, Bert, I don't think there's a way to avoid that. I think you just take that and you take the L. I mean, the only thing you could have maybe changed is time. Like, we're not typically going to see a reversal at that time, but everything else aligned: price, momentum, structure. So the under hit last night. Yeah, yeah, the under hit lobster. Dude, speaking of sports betting, apparently there was a dude that was like on a 9 win streak on his parlays, and his last leg to get 50 minus 500 legs to hit alternate legs was like Jameson Williams for 15 yards, and JMO didn't get one grab. 1 minute short. I'd say sure if it was more V shaped, but it's like bad momentum, so it's probably an eval trade. Yeah, this is probably an eval trade. What up, Smoke? Yeah, no, I get it, Fahrenheit. I mean, you should always follow the stats that you track. I mean, those are going to be the most accurate to you and your system. I'm never going to be mad about taking that loss because ultimately I'm right. Like we do move up. It's just the delivery there was kind of bad. Specifically when I say I'm right, I mean like on this second leg we come up to the break even at least. I didn't know if we were going to break through that 2 minute there, right? That was the thing that was holding us down. So that's why I want to go break even there. But why do we remanipulate for a third leg other than like I guess time? Like time would be the only thing. Baker, I thought AM was decent. Yeah, for sure. Really, Austin? No. Yeah, that's why I don't trade Top Step, to be honest. I saw that. Any decent plays? Yeah, there was a couple good plays. Really good 30-second loss, and then good 2-minute long win, and then a good 5-minute long win. I rated this setup A plus. I said I was taking the 30-second, and I said the 2-minute was an A setup. What was the target? Target was AM high and ultimately Asia, but we got a news tweet from Trump at 12:50, so I don't think we're gonna hit Asia today. But yeah, Asia and then all-time highs. I feel the chances of a good play this PM are quite low. I don't know how to feel about this PM. Because delivery is kind of weird. We inverse the 15-minute to the downside. So I don't know what would be a good low to see swept before getting a long. Maybe this low here. But I don't even want to be bullish, you know? It might just be better to run this high inside the gap and then a short. That's probably what I would look for if I was bullish, is the inverse of this. See this low get ran, right? And then target these highs. And then target the low inside the gap. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be bearish, and I think I'm gonna want to see a short from this high. Am I ever red? Yeah, I was red last week. I was red last Friday. Here, I can pull up my reports. Oh, those are my apexes. What happened last Friday? Don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Oh, it was OPEX. Yeah, so I was trying to take these I think they were long plays, and I just kept getting stopped break even, and then I took one that ended up being a loss, I think. What about red weeks or red months? It's been probably over a year since I've had a red month. I've had a red week though. It's my average RR, 2.5 a week. Per trade? I don't know. Good question. I'll have to. What I can do literally after this is hop back on my apexes and check, because that's been what I've been trading this month. Manipulation leg happens before we sweep major liquidity. Would that still be counted as a manipulation leg, or would you want it after the liquidity gets swept? So no, if you get the manipulation leg as that sweeps the major liquidity, that's good. How do you reduce the little loss at break even? You put your stop in profit a few ticks. What were my trims on the 15-second? So I trimmed on the 15-second when I made enough to cover my initial loss. So I took 2 contracts off here. And then I trimmed again at 315. So here, That was my second trim. And then my third trim, I was gonna try and hold for Asia High. And then we got this pop-up candle, and I sold everything there when price pulled back to midnight. When we got that inverse to the downside, I just didn't really love that. It takes me probably 13. No, sorry. 13 for a 25k. For a 50k, it would be like probably 18. Realized RR, like 2.8 Superman. Oh, on the day for that trade, it was like 4. Yeah, Vert. 30 or over 3 weeks, that's 30 sessions. I get about 18 trades in 30 sessions. Nah, you're good. Yeah, 3 weeks, 5 days a week, 10 sessions a week. I don't know. I really want to share my Apex P&Ls with you guys. Because those have been like crazy this month. I think I've over, after risking 150 per trade, I've taken 1,500 out per account, and I think I'm up 2k per account this month. So 2k on 150. So I'm up about 13.5 R. You risk the same 150 on 25 and 50. No, I risk 200 on 50Ks. I have 8 25Ks, 10 50s, 5 starters on MFFU. So I've been just trading these 25Ks because they're so easy to just rotate into payout and payout and payout over and over again. Because it's easier to get to the profit target on a 25K. You only have to make 1,600 on a 25K, risking 1,500. Whereas on a 50K, you have to get to 20 or 2.6k profit to request the same 500. But it's just better, like for me, I just get to the targets easier. Have I made it past 5 payouts on any Apex accounts and mature the rest of your balance? No, but I think I'm gonna do it on these ones, Austin. As long as I keep it up on this set of accounts, I should be able to do it. I'm hoping to have like, I don't know, 5 or 6k. I actually saw somebody go to live on Twitter over the week. Yeah, on Apex. Let me find it. It was like somebody's birthday post. They were like, "This is the best birthday gift ever." Yeah, Seb, that's what I'm saying. Let me see. Yeah, Candice Lou. Candice Lou, that's who it was. So that's gonna be me. Do I want to get moved to live on Apex? Sure, why not? Why not? We have News Friday? I believe so. Do I have my own live account just for options? Oh God, Seb, that's a lot of pressure. So we have a confirmation setup long here on the 1 minute. I mean, it's like a B plus setup, B setup. So Mook, I just like having that detachment from the money where it's like not my own. I feel like that's really helped with my psychology over the couple of years that I've been doing futures. It's like all monopoly money, right? So I can just kind of have some risk, lose some money and not have it ruin my day. Which option would you pick? Probably the full payout. Well, it depends on how much money I have in the balance. If the balance is like pretty close to like let's say I get the offer and my balance is like 52.6. I'd probably move to live. If I had like a balance of 60K in there, I'd probably just take the max payout. Yeah, but you'd blow the account for it if you withdrew. Yeah, for sure, Samuk. That would be. I mean, once prop firms aren't an option, I won't use them. But to me, paying 10% to not have to risk my own money is pretty nice. Like the risk to reward is so worth it for me. I have to put down maybe $100, and I have the opportunity to make 2,600, or I have the opportunity to risk $100 on a trade to make $100. You know, yeah. Funded Next seems like the next firm that I'm gonna look at. Yo, why am I getting a message from Oracle? Are you tripping? Or are you not seeing any good setups? No, there's no good setups right now, Speedy. Yeah, we have CPI. No, I think it is the actual CPI. Donald Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week, according to a high ranking White House official. That's not true, right? Falls on baby oil and cooking oil. Why cooking oil? Because we make that stuff in the US now. So it's going to become more expensive because the labor costs are going to increase. You didn't hear about that? That was like last week with the soybean announcement. We're bringing cooking oil back to the US. 30-second short forming here, maybe. Whoa! Wow, this went crazy. All right, so we'll switch bullish if price violates this 5 minute. Oh my god, it's dodgy. He's landed. Or maybe he's still in the air. What up? Just joined. Anything looking good? Short to here, then go break even,
Yo,
then
dude.
target PM low, then target down here. What up, dude?
Yo. Dude, everyone keeps texting me, why did the 946 setup lose? I don't even know what they're talking about.
Bro, it was a banger setup that I took.
Really?
Yeah, shit was a banger.
Dude, I literally told them, I'm like, I had no idea you were talking about. I did not see it. If I didn't see it, it probably wasn't obvious. Means it probably was a bad loss. That's literally what I texted everyone.
True. Nah, I thought it was textbook. We swept the London low.
Let me see it.
Got a good manipulate. It was this right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, I didn't like that one because I wouldn't even go below the 1 minute until the 2 minute broke.
This 2 minute
Like,
here.
I just thought that. Yeah, I just thought the 2 minute was more important. Like, I was literally refusing to go under the 1 minute at that point when I saw that.
I really liked this. The only thing that didn't align with it was time, but to me, when we create that second manipulation leg and create the new dealing range, I don't care about the external gap there when we have this much momentum. This was 30 points in a minute. So that's why I'm like, I'll take this. This seems like a good break even. And the reason why I don't even feel like it was necessarily a bad play is because on the subsequent leg, we end up getting the break even there. So to me, it just felt like bad delivery. So here's the first.
Wait, what time was the setup I took?
The setup you took was the 3 minute long. It was like after 10. It was this here. Oh no, it was this here. Which we hadn't closed above that 2 minute yet. So you did the same thing, but you just waited for 10 basically. Because this 2 minutes still hasn't broken.
Yeah, I mean 10. We were in the macro at that point, so I'm like, okay, this is probably a rundown.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, time was just the difference maker between those two. But this actually, your setup was outside the macro time too. I think what just made it really good was the fact that it was after 10 and you had the OB there.
Yeah. Yeah, that too I liked. Anti-time reversal.
Yep.
Did everyone leave after the loss?
No, we had 620 people in there when I called this an A setup. And then the 5 minute I called A plus. I just said I wasn't alerting anything else because, dude, the signal bots today were like, they were bad. It was tough.
Dude, I signaled in chat when I got it, and all the free people like didn't understand. They're like, "Oh, full port, Dodgy's in."
Yeah.
And then it started working, and then dude, someone's like, they're like, "Fuck, dude, I should have full ported Dodgy to do thing again." Yeah. I'm like, bro, come on.
Remember what I told you yesterday at lunch? I was looking to sell my gold.
Yeah,
dude, it's down 5.5% today.
Yeah, I know, dude. My friend Josh, he said he was out of public the other day at like the AAA place or whatever, and he heard these like old dudes talking about gold. They're like, "Yeah, you see gold? It's like at 4.3K." They're talking about buying it, and I'm like, "Bro, it's gonna dump the next day. There's no way."
I'm so sad.
What's it at now?
It's at 41.25.
Oh, it's still up there though.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
At least it's still above 4K.
Yeah. I can't get a good offer for spot. The best I got was 5.5% off.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dude, I just had an acai bowl and it was like chocolatey and it was like, dude, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting inside pants. And I was super careful, super careful. As I'm really about to go throw it out, the lid falls off somehow and somehow hits my pants and I was talking to my pants, dude. I
Yeah,
don't even
that's
know
tough.
how.
That's tough.
Dude, I get stains and everything, bro. So
Gotta
annoying,
keep
dude.
that what's it called? The wipe. What are those wipes called, guys?
Hide sticks.
Yeah, that's Hide Sticks, but what there's like another one. Shout wipes? Shout wipes, yeah, you gotta get those.
Mm. Oh my God, dude. I go to Japan tomorrow, 6 a.m. and these guys want me to go to soccer tonight. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty much ready. I'm not really packing any clothes.
You gotta go hang out with some salary men.
Yeah. Does anyone know good the best mall in Japan to go to?
Are you taking first class there or are you in business?
No, dude, I'm taking the economy.
Okay.
Dude, I don't spend I don't like even though I'm rich, bro, I don't really like spending my money like that.
Nah, I got you.
Just I don't know.
I save points for
I've seen
travel.
I've seen so many people go broke, dude, going like when they get when they start getting rich, bro, like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Mm, why don't I just write it off? I could, but still spending money at the end of the day, you know? Like I don't know, okay. The Mall of Americas in Japan, that's not in Japan, bro. What the hell you wait? Why did I like read that out loud like it was for a second? And I'm like, wait a minute. Dude, why did I read that, bro? Am I an idiot?
Sev, he
So
ends
you
up
think
having to spend more money. It's like
so you think
70
I should
cents on
book
every
first
dollar.
class? So you think I should book first class to Japan to write it off? That's smarter. Well, there's no first class anymore, so I can't do that. Maybe on the way back I'll book first class, but it's like $10,000, bro. You think I'm gonna?
It's a
You
lot
think
of
I should do
points.
that? I know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I
But
used points to pay for the entire 10-day trip that I just took.
how do can I transfer my chase points to my whatever travel Delta?
Yeah, they transfer to a lot of different airlines. I don't know about Delta, but what I like to do, my favorite redemption is to go through Hyatt. So if you transfer your Chase points to Hyatt, you get like 2.5 cents per point there, which is better than like
The hotels.
everywhere. Yeah, Hyatt hotels, and they have good hotels. You can get like primo hotels with Hyatt.
Really?
Yeah, Seb, all of my evals got turned into points.
Yo, type one. Type one if you want to see some sauce. Alrighty. Here's some sauce right here. Read this tweet. That will change your life. Excuse me? I'm in here.
And that's the method. Yes, this is what I did. I used the Chase Sapphire Preferred sign up, which was 130k points. That's crazy though. I don't know how he's getting the platinum 150k sign up.
Other sign up. Dude, the plane that just got in, the windows are super hot. Holy shit.
Dude, you can't do this. They'll kick you off the credit card. This is literally like what, point fraud or something? You can't do this.
Why?
Because you can't buy gift cards with credit cards and then yeah, you can't do that.
Wait, why?
It's just I think it's fraud. I think it's illegal. You'll get banned from the credit card like the bank. 31 active cards is crazy. Holy. Get Hilton Gold with Amex Platinum match.
Dude, you sailed just said I was about to switch banks to Amex.
Wait, isn't Amex not even a bank?
No, dude.
Yeah, what?
Coach just said he's gonna bank with Amex. I like to see you do that. Tell me what happens. I'm gonna see how much first class is in the way back real quick.
But this you
Yeah, I
can
don't know,
do.
dude.
You can do the status
There's so many
match stuff.
loopholes. Yeah, dude, there's so many loopholes and stuff I need to learn. You know, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, all your business expenses should be turned into points that you can use for sure.
Yeah, I
GM
mean,
luxury.
once I start doing ads again, once I start doing ads again, oh, I'll be set.
Yeah.
Dude, I was on the last flight and halfway through, dude, my head just like got this like really like low pressure or some shit. I don't know. It felt like it was about to explode for like 2 seconds. Does that mean the cabin's changing pressure?
No.
Dude, it just like was random like 3 times.
You would know if the cabin was depressurizing. It was probably just like turbulence and that you dropped a couple feet that did that.
Maybe.
I work for the ambulance. What are your symptoms? The ambulance.
Okay. All right, Sebastian, let me tell you how much first class is on my flight back.
PM cooked. Yeah. Yeah, no good draws. Dude, if I hadn't taken
The
that
draw on the
loss,
card is higher, bro.
yeah. But it's not a good draw because it's a protected high.
Yeah, I guess. All right, first class is
Rest of year cooked. Yeah. Nah, that last week that was the last time we were gonna have good PA this year. You guys should all just quit for the year. Come back next year. That's what me and
dude.
Ryan are doing.
First class isn't even available, bro. God damn it. I paid $100 for a window seat in Delta Maine, and Delta Comfort isn't even available either.
Reliable. You doing AM rest of the week? Nah, I think Ryan said I'm doing it for the rest of the year. He just doesn't want to trade anymore.
Yo, dude, shut up, bro. The X's mean they're not available, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Then what are the people? What are the people in X's? Dude, so you're saying first class from Tokyo to Atlanta, it's about $10,000. You're saying I should drop that?
Sure.
You like Sebastian? You think that makes sense? It's 10K first classes. You're saying to drop 10K for first class. I could have comfortably afford it. I just told you, seen the point in that.
Dude, first class is only 100 points on 5 minis. I mean, that's light.
I don't know. I'm just not about that, bro. I still think I'm saving my money. I'll talk to my CPA.
Guys, 10K is actually still a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, dude.
10K isn't light work. That's like
for first class just for a 14-hour flight that I could
Yeah,
literally probably just send comedy for.
I'd rather like charter a plane at that price, to be honest, like for a domestic flight.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be cool. Charter a domestic flight to like the Super Bowl with all your buddies for 30K.
yeah. I'm going to Japan tomorrow.
Matt Christian, I think he's already on the plane.
Yeah, yeah. Like if it was like 3.5K for first class, I'd low key do it. But 10K, oh no. Let me like look for. I'm gonna look for like a Japan. I'm gonna like pretend to book a Japan trip for next year.
What time is market open in Japan? Like 7 p.m.
No, in Japan it opens like at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. for New York
Yeah,
Open?
I think.
Wait, what? EST to Tokyo time? 13 hours ahead. So right now it's 3 a.m. So wait, that means
Yeah.
it would be like 9:30. Wait, no.
So we leave here. I leave on Wednesday morning and I get there Thursday at 2 p.m.
Wait, yeah, market open is at 10:30 a.m. or 10:30 p.m. for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if we do dinner like at 7 or 8, I might be able to make stream, but I don't know.
Oh,
It's gonna be so weird.
just trade gold during Asia. There you go.
Dude, I'm not gonna be able to come to PM stream. No, I can't troll you guys anymore.
Darn.
Damn it. All right, I'm gonna look for first class. Delta 1 is first class, right? Or Delta first? Oh, it's probably Delta first. Wait,
Aren't
is
you supposed
Delta
to know?
1 first class or is Delta first class?
Bro, I thought you were the traveler.
Let me see how much both of them are. Let me know is Delta. Yeah, I probably found it. Okay, Delta 1 first class is 5K. That's the cheapest. And that's for a year out. So I'm
That's not bad.
assuming once, yeah, I would do that. But I'm not, but if it's, I feel like if it's too close in proximity, it's way harder to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I completely get it.
How cold is it going to be over there while you're there?
It's gonna be like 60s.
That's not too bad. All right. Let's keep an eye on this 30-second here.
In in Delta 1, do they have like feds? Like, why do I see some influencers on trains and feds in first class?
Sev, you're really stressing over this, huh? That he's not a first class guru.
Yeah, but it's also a year out, Sebastian. You know what I'm saying?
Austin, your old mentor is still going to college? What's he going to school for? F1 engineering? Okay, that's valid. Like, I guess if that's like his passion, that's cool. I was gonna kind of clown if he was gonna be like, mechanical engineer, nurse, something like that. It's like, How are you mentoring people to be profitable if you're still worried about school?
Yeah, too.
Oh, nothing, Speedy. Nothing, nothing. Just what I just said, like my previous sentence. That would be the issue.
I don't know. We got let's we go with probably from the southeast. Temperatures stay right around 85 degrees. Get from Saturday. Today is 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'll be out for a works.
Yeah, Austin, that would be. I could see going back to school worth it for that reason. But I'm gonna just get to that point without having to work the race. I'll just have grandstand tickets and a suite off trading, and then we'll all go to the race in where is it? Montreal. Probably the closest one to me. Everyone from Ottawa, we're gonna pull up to the race in Montreal.
Dude, T Trades borrowed my Lambo, and my left back tire keeps going down all of a sudden.
Dude, I would
Yeah,
never let
I
somebody
do it.
else drive my car for that reason.
Yeah, I mean he's paying for it if I need to replace the tire. So he said he would.
30 seconds short on evo. I mean, yeah, go for it. I'm just probably not going to touch these conditions, but yeah, this looks probably an A- setup. 15-minute. What about it?
I'll see you
We're into
later.
it.
Good luck.
All right, see you, man. Who lets someone borrow their Lambo? Anyone that has a
Dude,
rental
I
business.
do. I let someone borrow a Lambo because I don't care, bro. I bought it to share with people, not drive myself. Yeah, it's serious.
Yep. That's crazy, Austin. That's crazy. That's gonna be me though. Wait, why, Austin? What happened? The girl break up with him? Oh, oh, that's tough, dude. That kind of sounds like another situation. Dude, my mentor did the same thing, Austin. Like actually. Yeah, my mentor, he spent like 10K on this trip to Disney. And there was this girl that he was hanging out with, and things just didn't pan out. By the way, this 30 seconds invalid. There's no 1 or 2. Yeah, there's no setup here. That's cool, Austin. So Mook, just get really lucky with one trade like I did. And have that kickstart your life. We have this 2-minute gap here. Cancel. Oops. I'm keeping an eye on this 2 minute now that sent price up. I think if we break that, we'd be creating a breaker block to the downside plus an IVG. I think that would confirm, the sell side of the curve getting put in here. Where's break even on the short? For the short, it technically already hit break even, but it was never valid in the first place. No, I'm actually, I think, bearish right now, Zebi, because of this 15-minute bearish gap and the protected high on the 15-minute. I think we need to see sell side swept first. This, 15-minute inverse is actually kind of playing out right now. Why wasn't it valid? Because we hit the ITL first. Maybe Seb. I don't know. We'll see. We still have a lot of news to have come out, so a lot can happen between now and then. Yeah, for sure, Trader Tiz. Yeah, so the ITL for this 30-second short was here. So when we hit the low, that's technically not valid for an entry. Yeah, the 2-minute inversing would confirm the bearish leg. Right now, we're kind of chopping between this 15-minute gap here and this 2-minute. So we need to figure out where price is going to go. But we can't as long as we're between these two. So yeah, just right back up. 30-second SMR? No, we don't have a soup, so no SMR. Nah, I didn't go in that one, Speedy. It would have been a break even anyway. Yo, this long? No, I'm not in this long. I'm not really liking anything here. Yeah, probably Seb. You take a loss, you still risk 200 with the same account group? Yep, I do. Uh oh, wait, sorry, Deborah, I misread that. No, I don't. I switch accounts. Today was a weird one because I didn't get the full size risk, so I just stayed on the same set of accounts. We're for sure getting CPI Friday, right? Yep. I think it's certain at this point. We do have a short forming on the 2 minute and the 3. So this actually kind of looks better than the other one. It's been too long for an OSFL. I think we just had one. What's my strat for evals on CPI? You just do the eval pass strat. What was the reason behind me not liking the 5 minute this morning? I said I liked it. I said it was A plus. You think we're gonna see a monster candle since we haven't seen any news? I think it'll just be like normal CPI. We'll see though. How many trades have I taken today? I took 3 trades. Yeah, pretty much Austin. Maybe a little bit less than 30 points, but yeah. I kind of like this 3 minute. We're bullish? Nah, I don't think we're anything right now. I think we're just neutral. This morning you were explaining when to take internal versus external. Did you say the only time to take internal is if there's a resweep? Yeah, that's what I was saying basically. Not that's the only time you can take internal. It's just no longer internal. When we get the resweep. The only time I take the 15-second is whenever we're at the extremity of the range and we're delivering from a higher time frame for value get. Why is it no longer internal? Because we're creating a new dealing range. Internal and external only deal with the current dealing range that we're in. When we create a new dealing range, the new external is what's created on the new dealing range. Can you show example? Sure. So like okay, here's an example that's outside of the other one that we were talking about. So we have internal liquidity here, okay? Or external liquidity, I meant, sorry. Wait, what am I saying? Not external liquidity. We have like this external gap here that's formed on the 30-second, okay? This is what's currently holding price down. Our dealing range is created from this high here, this low, okay? This is the current dealing range. So if we create like a confirmation setup from down here that, you know, ends up being a V shape, but we don't close above this gap here on the 30-second, that is textbook internal versus external. But if we come down, remanipulate this low, we create a new dealing range here, with this being the high and this being the low. So now external is any gap that's created within this dealing range on this leg, okay? So this becomes your new external gap, and if any confirmation setups form that don't inverse this external gap, then that would be internal versus external, right? And you'd want to wait for the external gap to break, but you can take this one here because this external gap above doesn't matter because this is the new dealing range. It's all based on order flow, right? That's why internal versus external matters, right? It's because whenever we inverse that last external gap in the dealing range that we're currently in, we expect price to go to the either internal high if it's a long or internal low if it's a short. But when we create a new dealing range, we have a whole new set of like basically order flow to look at, right? So whenever this, you know, last gap here gets inversed, we now look to see the new high created in the new dealing range because order flow is confirmed bullish to that high. It's all about like just order flow, which we've talked about in the past. Okay. The IFG though, the new gap, like long as the first gap, is that when we say internal versus external, only if we don't remanipulate, like if we don't make a new dealing range. If we create a new dealing range, then even if we long into the next gap, it doesn't matter. Because price is bullish to the internal high. It's like it's the same thing as if we were to take an inverse that like manipulates to like take out external liquidity that's targeting an internal high inside of a fair value gap. You wouldn't not take the inverse because that internal high inside the fair value gap is there, right? You wouldn't say that, oh, we're still bearish because that fair value gap is being respected, because at this point price goes neutral when we take out like external liquidity, okay? And then it flips bullish in that first dealing range whenever we get that like first inverse. And then when after every subsequent dealing range that we create, that gives you a new opportunity for order flow to flip bullish for that specific leg. Why this 30-second failed this morning, I have no idea. That's just a good loss. Like, this is the same idea, right? But only if momentum shows exactly, yeah, momentum tells a piece of it too. This 15-second, I thought I had good momentum. You know, 10 points in 15 seconds. So it wouldn't be a loss because of the significant gap still holding it. The 30-second here. No, this is a loss still. This is a loss. No, I wouldn't have taken it until this 1 minute or 30-second gap closed above. That's what I'm saying. If we don't resweep, you wait for the external because we're still in that dealing range. If we make a lower low, we create a new dealing range. Yeah, the 2 minute to the left that created the new, or that was originally holding price doesn't matter because the new dealing range gets created. So this is a significant gap we want to see break to confirm price to go run these highs but we don't necessarily care about it when we create the new dealing range and we get a setup off that. We only care about it when price hits the high inside the gap. So does that make sense? We don't care about the 2 minute here. We care about it when the high gets hit. And then we pay attention to it, right? Kind of like here, right? The 2 minute never breaks here. We make a lower low. This was just bad delivery, right? Because look, even this one ends up working to the high, right? This is what we would expect to see happen. This price worked to this high despite the external still holding. This just failed because, I don't know, because sometimes, trades fail. 3 minutes short. Yeah, 3 minutes short. We got the close in about 20 seconds. The 2 and 3 minutes should close at the same time. I kind of like it. I'll probably take it on an eval. The 1034 1 minute long is invalid because the 5, exactly. The 5 minute forms at the same time as the 1 minute closes. But to me, on the 1 minute time frame, it's still A+. Obviously, you have to wait for the 5 minute at that point once it forms. But on the 1 minute there, had the 5 minute not formed, it still would have been A+. So we don't inverse the 3 minute there. So would we want to see the 2 minute gap close after the 30-second to see us go higher, but it had no effect on the 30-second because of the dealing range? Yes, we would want to see the 2 minute get closed above to assume that our runners are going to print to the highs. But in order to take an entry, the 2 minute really doesn't matter. Because we create the new leg. But I mean, there's no new leg, and we get that 30-second setup. We can't take it. We have to wait for the external to break. Yeah, I'm recording. And the reason why any of this even matters is because the high here is a better draw on liquidity than the low here. Because this high has the liquidity pool of the fair value gap to the left of it and the high itself. Okay. So we have these orders that haven't been balanced. Okay. And that's acting as one draw. And then we have the high itself acting as another. So we have two liquidity pools versus just the one from when we ran London low. And the reason why we don't care about the 4-hour gap acting as a liquidity pool to the left is because it's old, right? So time has a component with that, right? This is from Monday. This is Tuesday. It was Monday at 6 a.m. So there's less orders than are going to be the ones that are open from here. You want your soup to be delivering from a gap. Doesn't have to be a higher time frame gap, just has to be a gap. Where can I find a recording of the session? In the PM videos channel, I'll upload it. All previous sessions are recorded there. But the low, does the low need to be like a 15-minute low? Nah, I can just be like a low. 1 minute low. Alright, so here comes the 3-minute IFEG. Alright. Indicator alerted it. I guess I'll just follow the indicator alert here on eval. Where are we TPing? 72? That. SMT? Yeah, we could have an SMT at the low. This is like B+ setup. This is A-. I'd say B+ because momentum. And bias. Like, I don't really know what the bias is. Yeah, exactly, Samuk. Yep. I would just wait for that. If that doesn't happen, then I'm waiting for a new dealing range to get created, and I'll take the inverse of that up. So the 2 minute here gets created. We create a new dealing range here. That gets inverse. We try that. That fails. Then I'm looking at this gap. I don't know if you guys remember me saying this, but I was looking at this 30-second here to try and re-enter, but it went invalid. Okay, so I was looking here because a new dealing range got created. That fails. It goes invalid. Okay, we had lower. Okay, new dealing range created. Now we're looking at this 2 minute. This is what Ryan took, right? If this gets inverse now, then we take this long, okay? We don't take any of these inverses here. Let's see. Yeah, like we don't take this 15-second here because this is internal versus external. We don't manipulate and make a new low. We don't take this inverse because we still have the 2 minute to the left. We wait for the 2 minute gap here to break, and then we enter. And then make another low after the 2 minute gets break even, and then we enter off that one. That's the 5 minute. That takes us to the high. You say a failed soup is when price closes below the low, like a 15-minute low getting souped. You wouldn't look for a reaction. We close below it. Yeah, no. This short doesn't look good. Yeah, I know. It's a B plus setup. Think you're gonna? Oh wait, the indicator has it at B minus. Dude, that's so cool, isn't it? That like you hover over the entry symbol, and it shows you the grade. That is amazing. Shows in box 2 here. Yep. Honestly, I wouldn't even have the box here at this point if you can just hover over the setup and it tells you what's the point of the box. It's just makes the chart less clean. Because you can go back and like look at this setup that failed, right? And this is saying it's an A setup, obviously not an A setup, but you know, go back and look at this one. Like, dude, that's awesome. So when you're back testing, you can go and like look at what setups win and what setups lose. The only thing I wish that could be changed is the criteria that's given for a setup, right? You know, the rating. Like I wish you could change this checklist because if you could do that, that would be great. Would you add something to the checklist? Bias. That's true, Wick. True. That gold short this morning was so painful to alert. So I'm just sitting here like, please don't go down. Please don't go down. And then it just prints. It's 3 minutes short here. Did anybody take this? I didn't even realize there was equal highs above on GC1, but let's see, did the 3-minute fail? I mean, pretty much, right? Not quite yet. Still alive, but definitely doesn't look good. Dude, the indicator has to stop at PMI? That's crazy. Daily Bitcoin long? Maybe. Let's take a look. Dude, Bitcoin looks like a mess right now. Honestly, I feel like you should be in from lower here and get break even like this right here. This 4 hour long. But that's obviously not practical. I'd say look for a long out of this 4 hour gap. That's what I would be looking at next for Bitcoin. Hey, the 3 minute's still alive, guys. 3 minute has not failed yet. Just in time for the macro. Guys, how am I gonna survive on this trade? There's no way, right? They're just faking me out. This is just a stop run for the longs, right? I'm actually gonna lose this, right? Oh, there it is. Well, somehow I'm still alive on this 3 minute. I think it's gonna probably die here if I had to guess. Next candle. We are so cooked the rest of the year. I hope not. I hope Trump comes out with another tariff announcement and that kind of messes things up. Price action last year was decent. Am I looking for shorts? I'm still in a short. Hoping we get to 272. That's what the indicator's saying. And the break even's at the low there. Alright, here's 3 o'clock. This is the make or break for this play. No. Bro, TJR hired a DJ for one of his streams. That's kind of funny. That's what we should do for PM one of these days. Guys, I'm about to give up on this trade, man. What is it doing? So bad. I feel like it could break at any second here. We are just like kind of generating liquidity to the downside right now. I feel like it could break any moment. Moment here. Oh, Vert's happy. We broke the lows on ES. Supply and demand, he said. Dude, NQ does not seem like the weaker industry right now. Guys, Apex still hasn't paid me yet. I don't think. They take forever, man. Yeah, they still haven't paid me. How much did I request? 8. It has been since middle of last week. So it's been 5 business days. I should get it by Friday, right? Can I trade while waiting? Yeah, they pulled the money from the account. So like the trades I took this morning were on the accounts that I requested. Well, this 3-minute still doing nothing. What's my total buffer? 27.5 right now. Some dude on Lucid Trading made $37 trillion yesterday. Yeah, he made $37 trillion. That was his P&L. Oh, I'm almost back break even. Is that allowed? No, I don't think so. Well, that sucks. We have a bullish SMT? Yeah, we do. We're definitely cooked on this trade. I was really hoping that we could see, like, I don't know, these lows get ran, at least get us to break even, but doesn't seem like it's going to happen. We're in the stronger industry right now. I know. I know. It's tough, Zebi. We got 45 seconds left in this trade. This wick took me right to my entry point and then just shot right back up. Imagine this 3-minute holds again. Wait, I'm good. I'm gonna survive another 3-minute candle. All right, another 3 minutes. We'll see. Been in this trade for 20 minutes now. No, wait, almost 30 minutes now. Do I have a hard stop for this trade? Yeah, I do. It's just here. Vert, they're already doing that. You didn't see that they took out the east wing yesterday for the ballroom, dude. Vert, what? What? Wait, what? That is one of the messages of all time. Not pinning that. Because Vert, all your trades are tracked. You'd probably be better off shorting crypto, if anything, and like attacking like Binance headquarters or something. Yo, by the way, this is all theoretical, Jake. I'm these are jokes. Wordle done. Oh, true. Yeah. Wordle. Yeah, let's change topic. By the way, Wordle was down yesterday because of the AWS outage. Got this in 4. Okay. Lemon. Get the E and the O in the right spot. Ten. What do we think? What is this word? Also, is the 3-minute about to fail? No! Please. Teton? Can't be Teton. Oh, I could have done Venom. Why do I like Detox? Yo. There we go. There's Birdie. Recon would have been good, but the end was already taken. Nah, don't be jealous, dude. I'm just a Wordle grinder. The 3-minute chart looking like a chia pet. That's a good description. Dude, this is gonna lose finally. No. Wait. Wait. Did it close above? Oh, we're good. Another 3 minutes. Nah, I still have lots of improvement. I'm definitely better at Wordle than I am at trading. I should have sold that gold yesterday. If it makes you feel any better, Vert, I had my July payout hit, then I had my August payout hit, then I didn't get a payout in September or October, then I got a payout in November. So it took me a couple months before, you know, I started getting like consistent payouts. And even then, it really took until like 20 summer of 24 before there was like really consistency there. This year's been nice though. It's been a solid year of like 2 payouts a month. There's only been like 1 month where I think I didn't get it, and it was last month. I only got 1 payout at the start of September. But this month I'm on pace for 2 payouts again. Dude, this 3-minute might actually work. Please. Please. One minute with the rejection block. Yeah. See that. Yeah, there was 1 month where I did really well. I got 3 payouts in April. Dude, RIP Mike Evans. That dude ended his career on Detroit's field. How do we feel about TGR being the face of Tradeify? And then making posts like the one he did today? TJR. TJR. It should be you. Nah. Nah, I don't got an Agera for a clothing brand. What did he post? He posted something super racist. Stop, EJ. Nah, if I gotta be racist to make it in the industry, then maybe I'm not for the industry. What? You guys are crazy. Also, this is looking rough. I have no idea, EJ. It could have just been like AI. Hey, Brett Simba, congrats on the new Tradeify brand ambassador. Fantastic choice. Uh-oh. When he gets stopped. Honestly, it's a miracle we lasted this long. I'm about to lose 17 points on this. And I deserve it. Here it comes. And there's the stop out. Lost 18 points. What a shame. Yeah, I'll get you later, Vert. Any specific tips for Apex trailing drawdown, especially when unfunded? Make sure that you're trailing your stop and profit when you can. And just remember that, like, one break even trade is just down 1R, and then after that, it doesn't matter. Aaron. So we don't stop out before because price is still holding this level, right? We're still bearish. Order flow is still bearish here, right? As soon as order flow breaks and it's established that we're bullish, you see how much higher price goes. That's why we want to stop out there, because through backtesting we've found out that when the IFG fails, we're most likely to go to buy side liquidity or sell side if it's a bullish inverse, right? Just makes sense. That's why, like, when some of you guys ask us, why don't we put our stops at the highs or lows? Because most likely it's going there regardless after the inverse fails. Nah, at this point I'm done for the day. There's just nothing left for us to do. What do we think? Should we wrap up stream here? I've been on since 1:20. It's been 2 hours. Been 2 hours this morning. Doesn't really seem like we're gonna get a whole lot since our targets are kind of bad right now. Alrighty then. I will catch all of you tomorrow. Sorry we couldn't get a funded trade today. I hope we are able to get one this week at some point. Even if not, though, we still have a great month ahead of us, I believe. So I will catch all of you tomorrow, same time. Peace out, everyone.